Friday Friendly Kitchen wishes every Hindu faith friends, family members, and viewers a happy Vijayadashmi. And the traditional food, it has been served in the Indian community, especially in the north, which is puris, halwa, and also chana, which is a black chana or brown chana, a masala. So we will be making this video into three parts. The first part is the puris, the second part is the chana, and the third part is the halwa. Everyone makes the same kind of halwa and the chana and the puris, but mine is a little different. Please stay tuned for all the three parts and give a try yourself in your home. So without further delay, let's get into the kitchen. And please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. And there are delicious recipes in my video. Mostly are vegetarian. There are also some of it are vegan friendly. So please do try all these recipes and enjoy the feast of Dussehra in your family and with your friends. So let's get into the kitchen now. And our ingredients to make this puri for the last day of the Navratri festival, which is the Vijayadashmi. And so these are the ingredients that we need. I usually make masala puri every year, and I'm going to show everyone how do I make my masala puri. So I have 2 cups of atta, I have 4 tablespoons of ghee, and I have half a teaspoon of salt, rock salt, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and I also have quarter teaspoon of haldi or turmeric or manjal, and I have half a teaspoon of chili powder and water to knead. These are the ingredients that we need, and we will see how to make them. The method is we'll add all the dry ingredients and then we'll whisk it. So we will add with the salt and all the spices. And as we have added, now it's time to whisk. And our next ingredient that we add in is ghee, which is a 4 tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we will mix this. And dear viewers, I miss out one of the ingredients, which is rava. I will be adding about of rava. This is to make the dough a little stiffer. So puris usually it requires the dough to be a little stiffer than rotis, and then it will puff up. And when we also flatten them, we are not supposed to flatten them thin as rotis, but a little thicker. So we will mix this up. Now I'm going to use my hands and to knead, combine, and incorporate the ghee and the flour together. But dear viewers, to see how the puris will be soft, we take a bunch and then we pinch it down, and when we break them, it should break by itself. The next step is to method. We don't pour all the water into this, but we sprinkle a little bit by little bit and start kneading them. That's how we incorporate the atta, rava, and the flour and the ghee. So now I'll just continuously doing it until it forms a dough. this is the texture that we need, and as you press it should bounce back. This is the texture that we need for the atta. And now we are, to prevent it from drying out, we will add some ghee on top, or oil. So just rub them all over, and by this it will stay dry, and we will cover this with a piece of cloth or a plastic wrap, which is called a sling wrap, and I'm going to wrap it up with sling wrap. And I will see you after 20 minutes. And the dough has to rest for at least minimum of 20 minutes to 30 minutes. It's up to you, the longer the better. So I'm going to leave the dough for it to rest, then we will continue with the next process. And viewers, it's more than 20 minutes, and let's see how is the dough. So with this, now we will give it a quick knead, and it's a soft dough at this moment. And now the dough is ready to make puris. So it's basically like chapati, how we make chapatis, but instead of using oil, I'm using nothing. If my tabletop doesn't get sticked in the bottom, I will not use anything. So pinch a small ball, round it first as a ball, and then with a rolling pin we flatten it. The rolling method is simple. It is like making chapatis as well. So you take a small pinch, a small ball, or a size of regular size of chapati, but it has to be extremely small, and roll it until it forms like a ball. Make sure that when you knead, the dough is tight. It's a little harder than a regular chapatis. Chapatis, you knead the dough a little softer, but for puris, you knead the dough a little tighter. So I have already knead one. Chapatis, you knead the dough, the balls a little thinner, but this is a little thicker. So this is the size of a puri should be, because puris are deep fried and chapatis are not. So this would be a perfect size. Make sure it's all equally pressed, and we will prepare this, all of them, to get before we fry. All my puris have been flattened, and now it's time to fry. If you are offering this as a prasad, so before you serve, there are few things that has been taught to me by a Hindu friend, that also before we fry, we have to add a little bit of ghee, approximately about half a teaspoon or quarter teaspoon, and then we can start frying. So for this, we have to check whether oil is hot. So I'm just going to test a small piece, and if it floats like this, that means the oil is ready for frying. Now we can start frying the puris. Here I'll drop in the first puri. Make sure that you drop in to the internal, and then it will rise by itself, and as it rises, it will even puff, and this is an indication that is the puris are well. And also continue just a few times, until flip a few times, then until it's cooked. So our puris are my first puri is ready. So I'll be removing this, and I'll add in my second puri. I did not add any baking powder, and still the puris are perfect. And now I'll just remove that. This is ready. And I'll continue frying everything, then I'll be back to you. And dear viewers, we have come to the end of our first part of our video, how to make puris for this Vijayadashmi celebration. So this is the puris that we have made, and let's now get into the kitchen for the second part to see what else we can make as a dish. So let's get into the kitchen.